Hello Culers, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal and welcome back to a slightly different video today. I'm sure all of you guys have heard the news from earlier today, so I thought let's sit down, let's make it into video form here as it's all been wrapped up. Let's talk about what's just happened. Bartomeu, a few of his past board of directors have been arrested this morning and could be facing time in prison. Let's break it down, let's have a look at what's happened. There is just not one normal day in Barcelona. Bartomeu has been arrested. So let's just get the news out the way, let's get some of the facts out the way before discussing what we think about this, what this all means, etc. And let's start by saying, look, I think when we woke up this morning, we all saw the news that Bartomeu, Oscar Grau, you had Jaume Masferrer also, guys, who was Bartomeu's personal advisor at the time, and then you also had the head of the legal services team, Roman Gomez Ponti. They've all been arrested, those four names, guys, this morning following a police raid at the Camp Nou offices where they were essentially looking at evidence, guys, in regard to the Barcagate scandal. I'm sure you guys have heard about that over the years. You maybe don't know what it actually means, but essentially, under the presidency of Josep Maria Bartomeu, Barcelona actually paid a third-party company, in I3 Ventures was their name, to spread negative and false information on our own players, on former presidents, on former players, even their wives, guys. Men such as John Laporta also. These sorts of guys had news spread about them, and that is just not on. And of course, when all of this news was leaked that Bartomeu and Barcelona and all of their board of directors was up to this sort of stuff, this horrific sort of stuff, of course, they denied it all. They completely denied that any of this was going on, as you would expect. But what's so interesting about this situation for me is that remember when this news kind of got leaked out a few months after it happened, board members such as Emili Rosal, who by the way tried to run for these upcoming elections, he didn't have enough signatures in the end, but he, along with quite a few actually other board members, resigned from Barcelona. And I think they knew something dodgy had gone on here. Barcelona, Bartomeu, they've clearly been invested in this I3 Ventures scandal, and that's just wrong, guys. Paying €1 million to spread negative and false information about previous people is illegal, it's against the law, it's deeply illegal, it's dangerous, and of course it's just morally wrong, isn't it, from Bartomeu and his board of directors. And I think that, guys, on top of some of the other actions we've seen from Bartomeu, it's all now catching up with him. I'm sure they'll be looking into other things too. I've heard rumours of money laundering and all sorts going on, and what we're now seeing, guys, is Bartomeu facing the consequences for some of the really serious actions he has undertaken in the past, and it's all coming back to bite him. And for Barcelona fans, for Barcelona players, I think this has really felt like justice served. I'm not sure Bartomeu was the most popular figure in Barcelona come the end of his tenure as Barcelona president of the football club. But of course, guys, in the coming weeks, we all know that there'll be a lot of new information passed out. All the details in these arrests will be released as we go on. There'll be a lot of information that's hard to grasp, and I think when all these terms come out and all these legal procedures, it is quite hard to understand. But look, us Barcelona fans, in simple terms, we know this has been going on. We know Bartomeu and his board of directors, they ran the club in a horrendous way. They put us in massive debt, and they are now paying the price. Like I said earlier, this is probably one of many things that Bartomeu's gone up to. The I3 Ventures was just a tip of the castle already, wasn't it? A horrific move from him to do something like that. I mentioned money laundering earlier. That is something that could potentially also come up here in the next weeks. You look at some of the transfers we've made in the last 5 years, our debt, our balancing of the books at the end of the seasons with transfers such as Neto and Pjanic. You have signings like Mateus Fernandes. Why did we just pay 7 million to a random Brazilian club for a player who clearly doesn't have the facilities to play for Barcelona, who doesn't even play for us, guys? What happened with that one? It's just one of several dodgy things that Bartomeu and his board, they got up to during their time. And I think many of the things we're seeing now, all of these arrests, all of it's going to come out. What we can say, guys, is look, they've been arrested. It's mainly because of the I3 Ventures scandal, paying a private company to spread false information, illegal information about some of our players, our ex-presidents, even their wives, like Antonella, who's Messi's wife. She had stuff said about her in the press, and it's just stuff like that, guys. It's all coming back to bite them now. The police were at Barcelona this morning, and they have made several arrests. Now, guys, we just have to wait and see what happens, but we know the facts. Bartomeu and a few others have been arrested. And of course, guys, all of this actually comes at the start of a really important week for Barcelona, because it is a crazy time right now to be a Barcelona fan. That isn't really a quiet day. But you look at this week, guys, and it is absolutely massive, isn't it? We've probably got our biggest game of the season on Wednesday. We have to overturn that 2-0 deficit against Sevilla at the Camp Nou. And then, of course, guys, at the weekend, we've got Osasuna and La Liga. We're hoping we're still in the La Liga title race. But of course, guys, Sunday and Monday, it's the presidential elections. By Monday, we'll have a new president. We will know where we stand, and that is absolutely huge. So these arrests, guys, they come at the start of a mental week for Barcelona, and it is massive for our season. And just on the presidential elections, guys, know where you stand on this one. We've seen Bartomeu, we've had enough of that nonsense at the club. So men such as Toni Freixa, they cannot return to Barcelona. The scandals, the poor running of the club, among many other things, They have to stop. We've had enough of it. Even men like Tusquets, we want these guys gone. And know who you vote for, guys. If you are a Slotty watching the video, or if you're a Barcelona fan, you want to get behind a candidate, know which man you want to return. Someone who puts Barcelona first, someone who knows what it means to be Barcelona, who makes us feel proud as fans, who makes us a competitive club, a club that's feared, a club that's looked up to, that we were in the 2008 to 2012 era, really. And of course, guys, someone who runs the club correctly, no scandals against his own players, an elite team behind him, professionals in each area, and it is time, guys. These arrests have further proved that. We know who we need. So come Monday, we hope the right man has been elected, and let's just see what happens with the elections. But that is probably where I'm going to leave this video. Please leave all of your thoughts in the comments down below. It's now really time to get back to the football, isn't it? Bartomeu has been arrested, as have some of his previous board members, and that's absolutely crazy, isn't it? But guys, we all know we've got Sevilla on Wednesday, perhaps our biggest game of the season so far, Osasuna on Saturday, and then our most important elections in the club's history on Sunday and Monday. So this news has just come out at the start of a mental week. We had to quickly, of course, make a video on this one for you guys at Barca Universal. And yeah, like I said, leave all your thoughts down below. I hope I've covered it decently, easily enough. You know, it's not the easiest topic to cover. There's quite a few ins and outs, like I said, but hopefully, you know, it's basic enough for you. Basically, it's the I3 Vnetures scandal that's got Bartomeu and a few people arrested. But look, we've got to see what happens in the coming weeks. It's huge now for Barcelona. It's make or break time. We've said that for a few days now, but really, guys, this week, this is it. So let's see what happens. Massive times coming up, and it has started with an absolute bang on the Monday. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like I said, leave all your thoughts down below on this crazy time, and goodbye.